Alright guys, welcome to episode 13, and from now on we're going to be adding a bit more to the series where I actually take you through what I'm doing in between races. For example, with the HQ. So at the moment we've currently got a wind tunnel being built, we've then got a handling development centre being upgraded to level 2, and we're building a telemetry centre. We have £46 million in the balance, so I've got a lot of money to play with, but right now I'm kind of leaving that to sit by so we can build more parts for our car, which we are currently doing. If I just click down here, we've got another engine coming through which will be put into George Russell's car. At the moment all the best parts are on George's car. As you can see, he's got pretty much average on every single one, and then great brakes. At the start I was trying to split them up a bit more evenly because they are meant to be equal status drivers, but George just proved he's the better driver, and I've got to back that and get us the points we deserve as a team for our efforts, and he's doing that, so I've got no reason to change that strategy. Latifi still has a decent car underneath him, but he's just not performing necessarily to the standard maybe we would hope for, and there is a couple of drivers I'm looking at to possibly replace him for next season if need be. We currently are waiting on another engine which will go into George's car, and then George's engine will go into Nicholas's car, which will hopefully boost him up the grid anyway at that point. But apart from that, we haven't got much to shout about. There will be no more buildings on the HQ, I don't think, until next season now, if I'm honest with you. In terms of sponsors, we're all slotted up apart from slot 6. We are waiting for offers to come in. That Theodore Racing one is the one I pick every race, where I get 165,000 if I finish 15th or above. Ends in 6 races. I'll be gutted when that one goes, because that's 165,000 almost guaranteed every single race pretty much. But I thought I'd just give you a quick little show around, and I'm going to do this at the start of every episode of what's changing, what's happening, and let's get ourselves to Germany, shall we? Right guys, so welcome to Germany. It looks like a long, decent track, and hopefully one we can get a decent result on. I'm looking for another Qatar. Expect the unexpected. Practice is going to be rainy, so that's going to be a fun one to do. We're going to hopefully have quite a lot of tyres then left for like qualifying and the race. It will dry up in the middle, and then it gets rainy again towards the end. I'm going to go smash this up out of the way. I'll see you guys for qualifying. Let's hope we go big this weekend. I want to bounce back from the disappointment of Belgium. So a 14th and a 19th in the rain. I'm a bit worried. I shouldn't be, because we know poor practice doesn't necessarily mean poor weekend, but it's definitely not filled me with confidence. I mean, that wasn't the setup I sent them out with, so we will just give them a little bit more what they want, get him some more handling in there, get him some more speed balance. So that's George ready to go, and it's just his downforce that he needs, so we need to get those other pins as close to there as we can. There we go. Let's get ready for qualifying. I believe it's Latifi's turn to go out first. So here he will go. First look at the German track. It looks quite nice, to be fair. Quite like Germany actually, very woody. Let's try and keep this in the green. You will go out, George. Just keep calm. So he's ready, which means now we will set up George to go out. Big weekend. We want a big weekend. There goes Latifi starting his flying lap. He'll obviously have that taken off him. Latifi's not going to end up on pole position. Well, Latifi might finish his lap before we get past our... I think we might be holding up Lewis. You know. So Latifi ended up setting the fastest lap, but yeah, Lewis still faster. George now, what can he do? George, 3 tenths down off to sector 1. Just comes through those corners, he's 5 tenths down. Then round and across the line, it is a 10th place and 8 tenths down in the end for George Russell. Latifi set a lap which puts him in P17, George P11. We are going to send Latifi out again in the hope we can get him into that Q2. I have my eye on possibly making this team an all English team for next season, so we will drop Latifi. And one name that has intrigued me is Callum Ilott, and possibly bringing him in. Currently a reserve driver for Ferrari, but we will see. There's obvious names out there like Nico Hulkenberg that I could possibly bring in as well, but he's got basically half a season to change my mind and start pulling the points out the bag as Latifi. I'm sure he'll find a way to make it happen if he wants to. There we go, that's perfect. And now won't send George. Is the rain here to the end? We'll wait just a little bit for this rain to stop, because that's going to screw Latifi's lap up. Okay, so we're on the rainy bit now. It's pointless of sending George out, because Latifi's not gonna... Yeah, he's not going to improve. I don't think there's a way of George really getting a lap time, and that means he's going to improve. Send him out now. Come on, George. I need to send you out before the rain hits again, and we can make sure. Latifi doesn't improve. Have we done George's lap to perfection? We will find out. He might hit a bit of rain at the end. Come on. Perfect. Right. Will he hit rain? Oh, it just starts to chuck it down as he starts his lap. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's about right. Bring in. Call off the lap. You might as well save the tyres. No one's improving. Russell will be through. I suppose that's a positive. Latifi will qualify in 17th. But there we go. Latifi is out, but Russell gets through yet again. Here we are. So in Q1 we lose Yuki Tsunoda, Nicholas Latifi, Mick Schumacher, Esteban Ocon and Nikita Mazepin. Let's get ready for this Q2, where I'm guessing it's either going to be raining or dry. It's dry. Is it going to rain at any point? I suppose now becomes my question. No, or it shouldn't. No, we're going to try and give George a little bit more of maybe what he's after. I think he might be after a bit more. So I'm going to send him out with that and see what he thinks. Hopefully he likes it. Come on, let's pull a lap out. Doesn't look like the kind of the track we're going to be amazingly good at, so a good finish might not be plausible. But you never know, we might pull something out of the bag. If anyone can, it's George. His seat's safe for next season. That is for sure. So here he goes. He's 2 tenths down. Well, essentially 3. Oh, he's actually gained in sector 2. Has he? I don't know. I'm lost. He's 7 tenths down come the end of the lap anyway. Which, I'm trying to see where that's going to put him. It's pushing us down. We're 8th at the moment, but we have got Perez, Giovinazzi and Vettel to go. And it does mean at the moment Russell is heading out. Make sure there is no rain coming. There isn't. So we can just skip forward a little bit, try and get more grip on that track. Obviously the more grip there is, the better. I know you can improve on that, Tom. I'm just trying to get more track grip. The better the condition of the track, the better it is for you, George. We are going to do another run, George. We're going to do it now. He didn't like the extra. Okay, so he didn't like the extra, so we'll take that back. Let's just hope we can pull a lap out where he creeps into Q3. Just trying to give them perfect tyres to give them the best chance. The best chance possible. Here we go. George Russell, it's time to pull something out. What can you pull out the bag? Sector 1, he's a 10th down. That's not bad at all, that's quicker. Sector 2, he's still about a 10th down. This could be a quick lap. As he comes round, oh, it's only enough for 11th. He lost 5/10 in that final sector. Having said that, 11th ain't a bad place to finish. We have our own choice of tyres. We can do whatever strategy we want with George. Whatever strategy we want. So we are Q2. We lose George in 11th. Carlos Sainz, Kimi Raikkonen, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso. It does mean we will simulate Q3 to see who gets pole. And I would hazard a guess it's probably going to be Hamilton. In 9 times out of 10 now it's rain on the track, so it'll be as is. Lewis Hamilton gets pole, Max Verstappen second, Bottas third, Ricciardo fourth. I wonder how much rain's going to play an impact in the race. It's been a very wet weekend so far. And here we are, race day. This is where we can make our minds up and pick a strategy. As far as I'm aware, it is meant to rain. Yep, we've got a little gap there where it's meant to rain around lap 17. Whether it will rain enough to warrant changing to inters, that we'll see. So George is happier with that. We need to go into change setup because we're going to change the tyre choice. George will not be starting on softs. It's a 36 lap race. These last about 20, these last about 15. George will go on mediums to start. Latifi is going on hards to start. That's the plan. So it's Lewis Hamilton on pole from Max Verstappen. Valtteri Bottas starts on the second row alongside Daniel Ricciardo. Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc make up the third row. Pierre Gasly qualified in 7th and Sebastian Vettel in 8th. Lando Norris got 9th and Giovinazzi smashing it in that Alfa Romeo in 10th. George Russell narrowly missing out on Q3 in 11th and Carlos Sainz alongside him in 12th. Kimi Raikkonen starts 13th with Lance Stroll in 14th. Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda make up the 8th row. Latifi with a disappointing qualifying in 17th. Mick Schumacher alongside him in 18th. Esteban Ocon in 19th and Nikita Mazepin on the back row once again in 20th. Right, let's get excited, boys. It's going to be the start of a Grand Prix. We've got our strategy with George. He's got a decent launch off the line, not enough to actually get past someone, but oh wow, he's got bogged up and therefore he's going backwards. George Russell. Oh, someone's gone well wide. George Russell. Wow. He's got to try and build some of these places back up now, if he can. He's currently sitting in 14th place, about to maybe get into 13th, which he does. He had an okay start until he actually got caught up behind the car in front of him, which I think was the Alfa Romeo Giovinazzi, who has just fallen backwards. And George now we wait to be able to put him onto my RS and hook him away down the straight. Boom, let's go. ERS combat everybody else, and same with Latifi. ERS, mate. So George is up to 12th. Just gonna save a little bit and now use it on this straight, where he's got a little bit closed out there, but he's gonna get past the Aston Martin and up into 11th place now. Latifi's still 17th, 18th. He's not doing well at all. George has just dropped down to 12th place. This Grand Prix at the moment is not looking particularly like it's going to be a fun. We're going to put George on conserve in terms of his tyre. He will definitely be aiming to do a one stop. And I know that means he's going to be slower and he's going to possibly fall back. But we want him to do a one stop. That's my strategy here. In fact, he's trying to go around the outside, which he won't, and he's got force wide, which allow Carlos Sainz through. Sainz on the softs. Nikita Mazepin's had he started 20th and he's in 9th place. I know they're low, mate, but I'm trying to save your tyres. Giovinazzi will have to pit soon. His tyres are absolutely cooked. And there it is, he dives into the pits now, which puts Russell into 12th place. I'm starting to realise maybe we won't be able to do the one stop at all, and if we can't, then let's just get him on that. We're not doing the one stop. I've reverted from it. We're going to be doing the two stop. I don't think anyone else will be doing a one stop, and if they are, I don't think they're going to be quick enough on the slower tyres. If I'm honest with you, Fernando Alonso causes us a little bit of an issue at the moment. We are looking to pull away, and I think we have just maybe a little bit got away from him there. Lando Norris will be pitting soon as well. There, I think he just did. He did, and we are up to 11th with George now. As we look to go long. Carlos Sainz is struggling to get past Nikita Mazepin. He should really be eating Nikita up for breakfast, in all fairness. It comes to Latifi now, who's in 14th place. He's working his way up, he's doing alright. At the moment, I'm hoping they just ain't going to have to stop on the same lap. And that's the worry. And we're going to speed this up a little bit because we are now in a little bit of a dull section of the race. And Alonso's using ERS and he will get past George. And George now will have to fight back against Alonso, and he is catching up to him. But as Lewis Hamilton found out in real life, there is no driver harder to get past. Right now, Russell has got Stroll right behind him. George, Alonso, and now he's lost that place to Stroll, or is he going to get back now? No, he's not. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be a fun weekend for us. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look like a good weekend for us. We have to keep going. Right now for George, Alonso's now using ERS and he will get away from George a little bit with that ERS. Nikita Mazepin, for me, could be on course for a shock points finish here. He's doing a splendid drive. And Mick Schumacher, right behind George, is also having a splendid drive. Alonso, look, it's just so hard to get past for George. He had a quick look there, but he got cut off. And behind Mazepin there is a bit of a train now. And we've just got to pick the right time to pit George. And that will be this lap for George. That's when he's pitting. He'll pit onto hard tyres. His parts are all okay. We're going to recharge him up. And he will pit. And now we've got to focus on Latifi. These tyres are supposed to go bloody 20 laps. I don't even think they're going to hit 15 with Latifi driving them. So Russell will come out. And George, who's come out in 20th as you'd expect, will use his ERS to try and gain some places. Latifi's just not having a good race weekend here. He's eaten into these tyres. He will get a place on track. He will now pit for another set of hards. That's what we're going to do with Latifi. He'll pit for another set of hards, and he'll be quick at the end of the race. That's the plan. As for George, let's see. So George has come out 6 seconds ahead of Latifi. We're going to save Latifi's ERS for when he's got people to overtake. Of course, there is rain coming. Is it heavy rain? It's rain. Do we pit? We have to see how wet it gets. It's only going to be proper damp for 2 laps. So for me, I don't think I'd pit. Because as soon as it dries up, which it will, there's going to be like a 9 lap run out. We're going to ignore that call. We're going to ignore it. Risky as that is, because these Inters will run away. Are they going to gain a pit stop on us? I'm making a call that I'm not sure if it's right. I mean, I'm looking at how far he's fallen behind, and at the moment it's definitely not the right call. I haven't made the right call. But no, we should have pitted. We definitely should have pitted. But they're going to have to pit again. They're going to have to pit again. And for this reason, I have faith. I don't know how long that pit stop is. This is so long. This is so long now. I've got to work out whether we made the right call, and I don't know if we did. I don't think we did. I've completely miscalculated the length of this whole thing, haven't I? Really? And they're just easing their way through. But as soon as this track starts to dry up, like now they're coming in. But then again, we've got to pit again anyway. So we've tried to save a pit stop. So yeah, we've tried to save a pit stop, and I'm not sure we should have. Oh, I need to do some working on my ability when it comes to this, to decision making. That McLaren behind us is very quick, of Ricciardo. Looking to get into a position where Ricciardo using the RS at the wrong point, but he's now got past. But I've just thought everyone we're about to take is just going to overtake us again because we've got a pit. How long do the softs last? 10 to 12 laps. We'll bring him in now. I made a judgment call. It was the wrong judgment call. Yeah. There's a few cars on Inters that seem to be trying to go to the end. No, they are pitting now. And he'll pit this lap for his softs and his extra charge. We're not bouncing back this weekend, that's for sure. We're 11 seconds off anybody else. And there goes George. Now Latifi will use his. We will go a bit more aggressive in terms of our style. See what we can do, if anything. So the car in front is 9 seconds ahead. We're going to take that down a little bit because it's eating into the tyres so much. Yellow flag. No overtaking in sector 3. What's happened? Vettel's crashed. Do you want to do a full safety car? I want you to do a safety car. Yeah, okay, fine. Ignore. There's only a few laps left, mate. We're just going to speed these along because it is going to be what it is, essentially. Oh, we've actually gained a couple of places. But then we're about to get them taken back off us as the McLaren comes up behind us. George is on worn tyres, I know he is, and yeah, he gets me. That was another painful race weekend. We made a call, we made a gamble. I thought maybe it won't get too wet. It got too wet and it cost us. The only saving grace I have is maybe, just maybe, we weren't going to get points anyway. Didn't look like we were. There are a few cars that didn't go on Inters and they didn't seem to fall back the way we did. In the end, it's 17th and 18th place finish. It's a disappointing Grand Prix. It's a very disappointing Grand Prix. A crazy one in terms of your ups and downs regarding that 12 places gained, 10 places gained, 14 places gained. You got 12 lost, 10 lost, 12 lost, 10 lost. It's insane. But as things stand, we drop to 7th in the Drivers' Championship. The battle for 5th will continue. There's 10 rounds left, and we'll certainly keep pushing to get there. Oh, it's got to be a good weekend round the corner. One without rain, preferably. Because right now, rain just keeps on killing me. Well, I've got 46 million in the bank. Probably spend that on developing some parts. We've got the upgrade coming in a week. It's 6 weeks to the telemetry centres built. It is back to Italy, though, next. I'll see you guys there. If you've liked the video, drop us a like, give us a subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in Italy for hopefully a better Grand Prix. We need to get out of this slump and quick. See you guys later.